Cool. Honey, in the next meeting. Yeah, that one that I said was arranging the insurance one with Kirra. Yeah, that one. Hey Kirra, how are you?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, pretty good. You're looking a lot better than what you were describing yesterday. That's for sure.
Oh, so sick. Yes, I feel better.
Really, really, really glad. Looks like Abbie's just about to log in now. So
Yep, cool. I'm just gonna jump up and get a drink of water.
yeah, very good idea. Getting that sorted for tomorrow. So yeah, when I went to switch rooms out of the thing and stuff, instead of saying leave room, I was just like and so instead of leaving breakout room, I went leave room altogether. So crap, return.
Yeah, I saw that. I've done that before. I was expecting to do it again. I'm like, oh, I actually read the thing. Yeah, the two separate things. Leave branch off room. I think that's the one this time.
Yeah, I was like, oh man, well, having my own blonde moments. How many packages are you actually offering to your clients at the moment?
Oh, sorry. So I've got my 30-day challenge and PTs. So with my PTs, I just say to my clients like a minimum of 12 sessions, whether that be once a week over 12 weeks or twice a week over 6 weeks. Yeah, that's the minimum that I want, because I don't just want to do random one-on-ones. I want a client that I connect with and yeah, hope to have them for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So are they mostly outdoors or are they at home or at...
Because I've just set up my gym down in my garage.
Yeah.
With the aircon now. Yay. So it's both still. Like my fella that I'm doing at the moment, he's a surfer. So we're doing a lot of training at the parks or beach. Yeah. At the pool. He doesn't want the strength training. It's more endurance. So he's happy outdoors. But yeah, it's both. So yeah, it's at home as well, which I think being at home, I think the insurance probably will go up a bit.
Not sure. That's what I wanted to ask. That's what I wanted to ask. So, yeah.
Yeah.
She's helped us out with getting the insurance for our property development down Stall. And
Yep.
she's also helped a couple of other our friends and clients with other types of insurance along the way as well. So, and she's pretty good at getting a really decent price. So,
Yep.
yeah.
Yep. Cool. Because I'm like, well, I got a quote from. I was just trying to find it just then in my emails. I can't, but yeah, just from. Oh, I forget. It was a cheap one. It's one of the ones that my course recommended. Yeah, there's certain names that they just recommend to go into.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it was like $500, but I don't, that was before I planned to have my own gym in the house. So I don't know now. And also like my agreement form, because I've just sort of copied what they're giving to us on the inner circle without having someone actually read it. I'm like, oh, if something does happen, like I don't want to be in trouble. And because it's at home now, like I'm worried, if someone gets hurt, like I don't want them taking our house and everything.
Yeah.
So I'm like, just want to make sure I have all that done right. And then I think I'll have that peace of mind.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's where over time you'd be as you grow, you'd be more inclined to switch to a PTY Ltd company, right? Which is proprietary limited, right? Which limits your liability down to $1.
Nice. So is that different to just a company?
It is. It has the availability for shares and those types of things as well built into it, but it's just another way of protecting yourself as you grow. But unfortunately, you need to grow to a certain point because you got more reporting that needs to be done. Abbie is just joining us now, so I'll talk to you that later.
Hey, Sean, how are you?
Hi, Abbie, how are you? And I've got my friend and client Kirra here as well. Kirra,
How are you, Kirra?
Kirra.
Good, thanks. How are you, Abbie?
Good, thank you. What's happening?
Not much.
Yeah.
Want to make sure my bum's covered.
So I'm doing a coaching and life coaching side of things, and Kira's doing more of the fitness type of coaching things at the moment.
Yep.
And I'm still doing my property development. I'll talk to that about later, but yeah, that's where things are at the moment. And so Kira's received a couple of other quotes around the place for insurance, but not sure if that's actually going to fit. So
yeah. So it's more like personal training, group fitness.
Yeah, so personal training, I probably will do small group fitness. So I guess that's more like your semi-private training. I've just set up my garage. So I've got a space downstairs in the house, separate to the house.
Mm-hmm.
The most I'd probably have in there is, I'd say 5 at the very most. I'm thinking 3 to start off with.
Yeah.
So at the moment I do like at home in down in the gym in my house, and also I'm still like at the parks or at the beach. Sometimes I'll go to other clients' houses as well.
Yeah, so definitely public liability is your first, as a minimum, public liability, absolutely. And then obviously because you give advice, you show people how to actually do certain exercises, professional indemnity should be a must.
Yep.
Yeah. Now, you did mention you operate your business from home, obviously at times.
Yeah.
Does your insurer approve of that?
Well, I got the quote from him before I had, wanted to set up downstairs. So I don't know. So I'm going to have to redo that whole thing and see if it is okay.
You'll probably find that they'll decline it.
Okay.
So what I suggest is, we can help you if that's what you prefer, is obtain a home insurance that allows you to operate a business from home.
Yeah.
Before you tell them. okay, because they'll give you 14 days notice and they'll cut you off.
Okay.
All right,
So
so
what,
I do that.
what
So
did
then,
you say? Sorry. So home insurance.
yeah, so your home insurance, you'd have to declare that you're operating a business from home
Yeah.
and be very upfront and honest with them. Obviously, as we expect everybody to be. Some people are now under the impression that even though, say, it's in a garage and it's not, you know, within your main living quarters, that it's actually okay. It is on the property, any business on the property. So anything within that fence, within your fence line, anything that earns an income, you have to declare it.
Yep. Yep.
Okay. Yeah, they're not being lenient whatsoever. So I always say get coverage first before you then tell them, or at least have a quote ready to go in case they say, no, we can't do it. And guaranteed a fitness business operation, they will be pulling their hair out. They won't do it. All right, not if you're getting it offline. So who's the insurer for your home? Do you know?
No, my husband does all that. I'm gonna have to ask.
Yeah, if he's bought it online, just think no cover. Okay, so your direct insurers are just turning everybody away.
Yeah.
So it's really important because otherwise, if you have a claim, everything's declined. If your house burns down because of an electrical fault, they'll still decline it because you haven't disclosed there's a business operating from that home.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So look at doing the house insurance first, declaring that before I go and get my professional indemnity and liability insurance.
You still need both. So
yeah,
it's just the risk factors. We separate them. So we've got a business. So you need your liability, you need your PI. That's for your business.
yeah,
That's totally irrelevant to your home insurance. Your home insurance is absolutely going to be another hurdle that you have to master.
okay.
Yeah.
So then if they don't cover me, then I just can't do it from home. I just have to do it out at the beach and parks still.
That's where you need a broker. Brokers are getting coverage. Don't ask us how. We're actually quite surprised most days. But obviously, as brokers, we can go to the insurers and we can put a business case forward. We can say, okay, we've got a client, we want to insure a home. We know they've got business insurance, like everything to protect their business aspect. And that's where our negotiation comes in. They'll be like, okay, I had one the other day. Believe it or not, it was for a stay-at-home mum that does candles. That's it. Her insurer declined her. So I still had to put a case forward for someone that makes candles at home, probably lucky to earn $2,000 a year, if that. But I've had to put it together. A condition was that she always maintains insurance, so liability as a minimum, or they won't ever cover her. So to have the home, she had to prove that she's got insurance.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just don't even try and dodge any questions or try and answer it just be straight, honest, and see how you go. But I'm pretty sure you'll find if I don't get a call, so another broker will be getting your call and saying help.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, and with the council, is that something that I am supposed to go to them as well and let them know?
We can't advise you of that. We always say just cover your basis. Insurance wise, we're not going to, go to the council and say, have they registered with you as a home business? We're not going to do that. The insurers, that's more paperwork for them. So, as long as your business activity is legal, so you're not doing, selling drugs and all that sort of stuff, right? There's no issue there. But your local council bylaws may require you to do something because it may have effect on your rates.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah, because a property would be actually earning an income, which could then increase the value of the home.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. So
do you understand like the quotes? Yeah. Sorry, Pardon?
What about coaching online? So online, like I'll do my PT, but it's on a platform. So so I'm programming for them, but they do their exercises at home.
Yeah, that still is a great risk for your professional indemnity. Now, a lot of them include online platform, because obviously we saw in COVID that was the only way gyms and everything could actually survive.
Yeah.
So by doing videos, you're still providing instruction. You're still instructing them how to do things correctly.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And we also suggest, if you've got, say, so we'll use like a 24 gym aspect where I pay a membership every month, then you give me access to online tutorials or whatever you may call them that aren't available to the general public. We still say send them a waiver form. You should always have good waiver forms in place, including those that may do it 100% online through you.
Yeah. All right. With the waiver forms, is that something that you guys go through to make sure the wording's all right and it's all legal?
Yeah, so what we ask for is a copy. Now, I'm not sure if the quotes that you've got already have asked for this.
No.
Okay, that'll be a concern, because my underwriter that I do all my 24/7 gyms with, that's a requirement that we have to show them what the waivers are. They go through it just to make sure that there's no like grey areas left out. And then they may suggest that, obviously you go back to your lawyer. Hopefully it's your lawyer that's put those waivers together, or part of an industry association that perhaps you're a part of, and may ask for a few tweaks, or they may restrict something on the policy. So they certainly do look at it.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, because it's just sort of like a template that I've got from working with other fitness coaches. But they do say like they've had that reviewed by lawyers, but then they also say make sure that you go and have your own wording reviewed too. So yeah, I want to make sure that what I have got down is going to cover me properly.
Yeah, so ultimately it's just like any business. If we sign a contract saying, if you come here and you go roller skating in my skating rink and you break your legs, I'm not responsible for that. That's absolutely untrue. It could just lessen the severity of the amount we're going to be seeking for compensation. So instead of you being held 100% liable, they may say, well, some of your instructions weren't so clear, yet the others were very clear. So they may say, we'll only pay 50% compensation. Okay, so it's not that you're totally held liable. I would strongly recommend that people stop using other people's templates, because the original template used could have been based on that person and their circumstances, their particular activities, and may not totally include all yours. So it's good to use as a guide. I would then shoot it off to a lawyer, have them review it and make any, recommendations. So any contractual lawyer should be able to help you with that.
Yeah.
It's not saying that obviously everybody else's contracts are wrong. It just may not be 100% suited to you and what you plan to do moving forward. Especially with everything changing now, it's always good to review it.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So in regards to, I guess, the business side of things, what have you got so far and what questions have come out of all that?
For insurance wise?
Yeah. So are you clear with what, you said you got quotes.
Yeah.
Are you comfortable with what you've got? Do you understand what you've got?
No, this is why I want to talk to someone, because I'm like, all their wording, I don't understand like because when I read it, I'm like, they're telling me that I'm covered, but then in other words, it's like I'm not really covered. So what am I actually paying for? Yeah. And like even when I spoke to the fella on the phone, like he didn't ask me about my waiver at all. But like I said, boxing, like sometimes we'll do boxing on the beach. Is that something that you cover as well? Yes, just the basics, not as long as I'm not doing like kickboxing or that, I'm covered just for the basics, which is fine because that's all I'm doing. But yeah, I just want to make sure that I fully understood that I am covered for the things that I'm doing and not just think that I am, and then something happen and be like, fuck, I'm not covered.
Oops.
Yeah. Yeah.
So there are ways to get cover for it, but it is extremely hard, and unless you're doing it 100%, it's really not worth having the cover. But yes, kickboxing, or we call it any sparring activity, is excluded.
Yeah. Yeah.
If nothing falls into that category, then we can have it covered easily as a standard fitness category. Boxing, yes, we can do for fitness. We specifically state it is for fitness. So if you're training somebody that's going to then go into a competition, that part is not going to be covered.
Yeah.
All right. Because we know that they're not doing it for fitness, they're doing it for competition.
Okay. Yep.
So that's where the grey area would sit there on the box.
Yeah. Yep. All right. Cool. I'm all good with that.
So I mean, even on your waiver, you could or your agreement or membership form or whatever it may be, you could actually put in there that boxing is purely for fitness only. If they need boxing training as such to go, they'll have to seek guidance from a professional.
Could she put like sparring activities as self-confidence and fitness, and that would kind of
I've tried that. I've tried that. I've tried the old, to self-defense sort of category, and the underwriters are like, Abbie, you're not the only one that's tried this. So no.
All right. Never know.
And what about the coaching side of things? Because I base a lot of my stuff, well, it is, yes, it's PT and it's physical, but also a big part of that as well is like emotional support and mindset coaching. Yeah, that could still fall under it, because that would be more unless you're actually doing that specifically for an income base. So you want to be, my life coach. We'll just call them life coaches. Everyone calls everyone each, life coaches. That would be different. But if it's incorporating their general health and well-being, it falls under your personal training. Okay. Yep. Cool.
Yeah.
All right. So would I be able to, I was just trying to find that before. I've got the email there with the quote somewhere. I was trying to find it. Would I be able to forward that to you to have a read through and connect again to make sure that the wording in there is actually covering me? Or do you do up quotes?
Yeah, I think to protect my own professional indemnity on that, I would be happy to do a quote.
Yeah.
And then give you more personalised advice, even in regards to quotes that you've got. So, because obviously, even though I can understand a competitor's policy wording, policy schedules and all that sort of stuff, I shouldn't really be giving advice on their product directly, especially if you've gone through another broker to get it.
It was just like an online quote.
Do you know who the company was?
I can't remember, but I've got it all there. I will find it. It was just one of the recommended ones that we get out of our personal training certificates, like our resources.
Yeah. So I say always approach anything online with insurance or anything finance as well. Approach that very carefully if you're going to do it online. For the fact that there could be then restraints when things go wrong, that they can't give you advice. Okay, so if you're getting something online, like I did it the other day as a test. So I got online to Amy, I got online to Yui to use their little chat bots, in the corner where they pop up and they're really annoying and going, how can we help you? I actually put in there a specific question, and it comes back and they can't give advice. So you have to find the answer.
Yeah.
It's left with you. So if something was to go wrong, it's all on you. Claims, you have to manage it. Whereas if you use a broker, we do it for you. We can give you that advice. You ask questions, or if you want, your policy to include something a little bit different, we can go in then and talk to the underwriters and even have them put it on the schedule. So it's a peace of mind that it's covered. So that's the difference. So always approach it with caution online, unless they're giving you a direct number or a direct person that you can actually contact.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're most likely dealing with a robot.
Yeah. Cool. No, I want to go with you then. I'm like, I need a person. But yeah, I'm like, my cousin had sort of tried to hook me up with someone in Rocky, so I would have had to travel to them and then just to talk about this. And yeah, they were going to charge me like $250. I'm like, for what? But I just need to ask some questions first to make sure that I've got the right person. Because I got an accountant thinking that she would do my tax and everything as well. And she's like, I don't do tax. I'm like, why did I hire you? I thought I was hiring you to do my tax. So yeah.
So you probably ended up hiring a bookkeeper instead of a tax accountant.
Yeah, I think
that's the thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Be careful of them on social media too. They come across as if they're accountants, but they're not qualified at all.
Yes. So lesson learned.
Yeah.
Luckily, I've been coaching a team of accountants over in India and stuff that loves Australians, so I can help you with that one next as well.
Yeah, I'm not into the numbers stuff. Yeah, I want to make sure I'm doing the right thing, but yeah, I'm like, I know I can't do all that myself.
Yeah, exactly. No, so I mean, obviously myself here, all my quotes and advice are always free. They're always free. I just ask that people, what's the right way to say it? It's just happening a lot where, well, I had one the other day. They've got a policy direct online. They wanted all my advice. And then they said, well, no, we'll stay with who we are because you've given us enough information. Kind of like, so I guess I'm happy to help. I don't care if it takes 10 hours or 20 hours. If it means that you're comfortable with then what you purchase, like the policy, I've done my job, right? Yeah. But I would just ask, just think whether a broker, obviously in your industry, I will say a broker is needed. Yeah. Especially now, things will get tough. You'll probably find a lot more claims will happen in gyms. So I would say spend the money, protect yourself. I mean, my new business fee for a business policy is $150 plus GST. That's for the whole year. So that covers my processing, that covers my time for quoting. If you have any claims, it covers all that. So if you have a claim that goes on for 12 months or 2 years, you don't pay any more. That's it.
Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, always questions. I'm available all year round. So yeah.
Cool. So you will get me a quote on the public liability and professional indemnity. And then I've just got to contact our home insurance and make sure that I declare business in the garage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See what they say. If they do say, because this is a lot of feedback we're getting, we get that, we've just called our insurer and they said they just cancelled our policy because we operate a business, right? They do not cancel straight away. They give you a minimum of 14 days. All right. So if you ring them first and tell them, just be mindful you'll have 14 days to make sure you get cover. So just so you don't let it slip, because we know what happens.
So schedule your calls around payday. so that you know that if they do that, you're ready to go, kind of thing.
Because it's going to put our house insurance up, will it? Most likely.
I say I'm a broken record on this, but don't worry about the price. I know that sounds really silly, especially in the climate we're in now, and interest rates are going up, etc. But ultimately, do you have a mortgage on the home?
I don't know.
Do you pay? You've got a lot of homework to do before you call that insurance company.
I might get my husband to ring them.
So ultimately, like an example I've used this week is if you've got a mortgage on your home and your house burns down, you've got no insurance, you still got a mortgage to pay, but no home.
Yeah.
Right. So I've just been making sure everything's done right. So even if the policy, the home insurance policy costs you $2,500, I'm just throwing that figure out there. That's what it is. You have to make sure that the sum insureds are correct and the coverage level suits your needs. Then you'll be paying the right price.
Yep.
Okay. So the next few years, I'm warning my clients now, and we're already seeing it. We've seen it for a little while now, is the premiums are going up. We've seen some increases 30% or more just on private motor vehicles and home and contents policies. So I just say just treat it as an investment and not a bill. You know, it's not something you should be bartering with. It's something that you should just be comfortable with. You know, if the worst case scenario happened, can you rebuild your home? Can you put the clothes back, you know, back on your back and keep going?
Yeah.
A lot of people will not be able to do that.
Well, that's what I was thinking. Like, if it's going to be too expensive, then I'll just do it outside still and not have it at home, because I don't want to. Yeah, that's a massive thing. I don't want to put my family and our home at risk if something does go wrong.
Yeah. So, I mean, even if your insurer says, yes, we're fine with that as long as you've got your own insurance or whatever for the business, that's okay. But still don't worry about, I shouldn't say don't worry. When you get your insurance premium or your bill, stop looking at the end dollar. Like, just, we've got to stop doing it. It's going to go up. Stop shopping around. The insurers do not show loyalty. Okay, so ultimately to them, you're a number, and they'll treat you like a number come claim time. Right, so whether you get your property valued for rebuild cost, not real estate value, and then start putting your figures in your insurance to make sure it's right.
Okay.
Yeah, because
No
there is
idea
no
what any of that means.
So pretty much invest, get someone out to evaluate your property based on a full new rebuild for insurance purposes. And then start reviewing the figures.
Yeah.
Because ultimately you want to rebuild a home, right?
Yeah.
Even though it might take a little while because there's no tradies, there's no materials, there's nothing. You know, and more builders are going bust. So that will play a big part in the sum insureds as well.
Yeah.
Luckily, I'm a property developer as well, so I can help you in those numbers too.
Yeah.
So hopefully nothing will ever happen.
We always hope, but you know, you can still also have like a significant partial loss. So we could have a massive hailstorm come through, or you know, just cyclones.
Well, we nearly had one of them last week. It went away.
There you go.
Yeah.
So if you're in a cyclone area, your insurance premium should already be through the roof.
Yeah.
Literally.
I know. I'm like, I have no idea. I don't want to know because I stress out. So tell me what I can and can't do. If I can't afford it, then I won't do it, and I'll just do it outside.
I did a little kind of exercise probably a month or so ago, is if we, like, do you drink coffee? Are you a coffee fan?
Decaf.
How many do you buy a day?
One, if that. Yeah. Like, usually we
So,
ended up buying a coffee machine for home to save that money.
So pretty much, depending on, you know, what your average cost of a coffee is. So if we say around $5, you spend $5 a day every single day for 12 months. That would, I know the premiums are going up, but for an average policy based on, you know, the stats, it's around $1,400 a year for insurance on average, right? Of course, some are going to be more, but that's one cup of coffee a day. So if you think, okay, I can cut, you know, my coffee out buy my machine and have it at home, it's going to be a lot cheaper. Or it might be a case of, instead of buying 2 new pairs of shoes a month, we're only going to buy 1 pair.
Yeah.
And even over a 6-month period, you'd have your insurance premium done.
Yeah. Yep.
So, I mean, as a broker, obviously, we work with many clients of all different backgrounds. Their financial situations are totally different. So we work closely, especially with those that need to really, justify every cent that they spend. So insurance can still be affordable.
Yep. Cool. And does it matter where are you based?
I'm based in Horsham, Victoria.
Okay. Does it matter that I'm in Queensland?
Yes.
No.
Only jealous of the sunshine. That's about it. So you can keep the cyclones, though.
Oh, yeah, I know. We haven't been in one since we moved here. Yeah, but last week I was like, oh, are we going to get one? I don't want to be here.
I think there's about 3 out there somewhere, isn't there, at the moment?
Yeah, it's
Going around. Yeah. Yep. We actually had a cruise, I think it was from Germany, a big cruise ship come over to Keppel Island because they had to detour because of cyclone. Yeah, I'm like, that was pretty big for your poon. They're like, oh, massive cruise ships over there at Keppel.
So you in your poon?
Yeah. Yep.
So they were literally devastated. And I'm not obviously laughing because it's funny. I'm like laughing because it was absolutely devastating. They were affected. How many years ago was that?
Yeah, so we weren't here then. I think we've been here for 5 years. So it must have been about 7 or 8 years ago. And that was a massive one. Yep, the last one they had. Yep.
Yeah.
And and hail. Yeah, we had hail. I think that was about 2 years ago. Really bad, that wrecked a lot of houses as well. Yeah.
So when you talk to your lovely husband about insurance and you start learning whether you've got a mortgage or not,
I think we do because we don't. Well, we bought the house, we own it, but we're still paying. We don't. Yeah, it's not like we don't have any bills. We're still paying it off, and we do have house insurance. So that would be a mortgage, is it?
Just make sure you've got cyclone coverage.
Yeah, we definitely do. Yeah.
But there may also be a very high excess if you do have a cyclone and it causes damage. So check what the excess is for that.
Yeah.
Could she reduce her ability? Could she reduce her insurance needs if she found a cheap membership gym to do the training there and use their kind of coverage, or does it still come under her instruction?
It is still come under her instruction because in that scenario, you'd be classed as what we call a subcontractor within a gym. So you still need your own coverage regardless. But in regards to home insurance, being in your poon, you would be paying through the nose for insurance regardless.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So did you have any other questions? Like what bugs you other than the price? What bugs you about insurance? Or is it just
that I know nothing?
You don't know?
Yeah, I just have not had to do any of that myself. Like when I was younger, I had my own hairdressing. I was like mobile hairstylist, but my dad did all that for me, like all the insurances and that. So I'm not really like a little kid. And
you were just the worker.
I read things, I'm like, I just find them so contradictory. Yeah, like in one sentence telling me that I'm covered for this, but then in the very same paragraph, I feel like it's telling me I'm not really, all the grey stuff. And I don't like that. Like I need to know, because then I think that'll help my confidence in my services, knowing that I'm covered for everything. And if something does happen, fingers crossed it never does, but knowing that I'm fully covered and I don't have to worry about that. Well, it would still be a worry, but that I'm covered and don't have to stress about that.
I think with the business side, what you have to look at is the sum insured. So how much you're going to be insured for, as in the dollar amount. So for you, just like the rest of my guys in the gyms, is consider professional indemnity as a minimum $1 million or $2 million.
Yeah.
Because that's what you're going to pay if someone gets injured. And if it's a long-term injury, there's got to be enough in that sum insured to cover them for that period of time.
Yeah. And was public liability 10,000? Is that the normal that they do?
We offer a minimum of 10 million.
Oh.
If you are working outside on, say, council land, they may want 20. So that's something to check with your local council.
Yeah.
Because you still will need, obviously, approval for them to use any of their land to operate your business.
With that, we don't. I've rang them and asked that before. So I know it's different for different towns and that. The council here, yeah, I don't need a permit or anything.
Okay, so you don't need to show them that you got insurance at all?
No.
Well, if that's the case, that's fine. You can still have 10. Some are still happy to just know that you've got insurance. To be honest, if you give them a bit of paper, they wouldn't know what it means anyway. So you'll be fine.
Yeah. But yeah, because I rang them up thinking that there was going to be a fee for me to train people like at the beach or the park. But no, unless it's like over 500 people or something, then you'll get charged. Because I know, like if it's a big group, say weddings, you'll get charged a fee for that. But yeah, if it's just
because it would technically be classed as a public event then. That's fine.
Yeah.
But if there's only like 4 or 5 of you or whatever, they usually just let that go.
Yeah.
Yeah, but definitely $1 million or $2 million for professional indemnity as a minimum. 10 million as a minimum for your public liability.
Yeah. Okay.
That's right. I'm still more wary about the hairdressers. So.
I was a good hairdresser.
Been a while.
I was very good at cutthroating as well. I didn't do that once I left the salon. Okay, so that's the main things I need. And I needed a lawyer to go over the agreement, not you.
Yeah. Because that does become a legal issue. And obviously if you were to have a claim ever, hopefully you never do, it'd be lawyers that take it over. Lawyers.
Any certain lawyers?
Commercial.
Whoever the insurer may appoint. Yeah. So they usually have their own panel of quite a few different lawyers.
Okay.
Commercial lawyers usually cover anything like that. Found that in property development. They cover they look after business really well. Whereas family lawyers all tend to get their payday from the courts.
Yeah, so the longer they're in court, the better.
So, but commercial business property lawyers and stuff, I can help you there. I can help you find a good one if they don't refer you one.
Yeah. So who would refer me? Whoever you find for the insurance?
Yeah. So the insurers usually have their own panels. Now, usually with liability claims, they prefer to manage it from start to finish. Sometimes they won't let you use your own. If you prefer your own, then what we do is we write to them and request that, we appoint our own lawyers, obviously yourself. They still keep in contact though with the insurer to, relay any messages or updates and stuff like that. But I always say if the insurers have got really hard, tough lawyers that you wouldn't want to mess with, put it that way. So they're probably the best to protect you in the end of the day. And that's no, disregard to any other lawyer out there, because I know quite a few good commercial litigation lawyers that are exceptional. I know one that actually took an insurer, one of the main insurers. They were the first firm to sue an insurer. So he loves it. He loves getting his teeth into those. So, yeah, they're ruthless.
Yeah. No, I'm happy just for it all to be kept together if it can.
Yeah. So I think your homework would be to have a chat to your husband
Yeah.
It's Valentine's Day. Surely he's going to be home for dinner. Chat about his
He just he just went back to work for the week. But I can still ring him tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just ask him where the insurance is.
Yeah.
He might even give you a copy of the policy or whatever. I'm happy to throw my eyes over just to further explain it to you, explain the coverage you've got, and then make recommendations of, yes, it is a good cover, or perhaps you need to consider this cover, knowing the location you're in.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. And we had to let them know that we've got the gym, or that maybe. Do I say yes, I'm doing it, or no?
Where are you operating right now?
Still out, like just at the beach, the park, or at client's house. I do have one lady that comes here in my gym. Yeah. Yeah.
And with your ABN, how we register an address when we register our business.
Yep.
Is that your home address?
Yeah, it would be. I'll have to check that actually, because that's from when I had my hairdressing. So hopefully it's not still my house in Emerald.
Well, you might want to check that, because I don't like people that don't update things. Speaking from experience.
But yeah, and because that was just a personal one. For when I set that up, that was just for my mobile salon. And because I didn't actually have a salon at home, I just went to people's houses. I just had put my address on that one.
Yeah. So what I recommend, and it's entirely up to the individual, is when you do get an accountant, put it all care of your accountant. Okay. So what Amy did with a local farm close to where I grew up, they declined to claim because the house burnt down because of an electrical fault, but their business ABN number was registered at their home. So even though they hadn't been operating for 3 years because of COVID, they were declined because all the evidence pointed that they operated a business from home. So I always say, put it care of your accountant and their address. Then it's not even connected to your home address. And then when you do move and you forget to update your address, your accountant's still the same.
So put my ABN number under my accountant's address?
Yeah, so they'll end up getting all your documents. Yeah.
Okay. Who's an accountant, Sean? I'm like, it's so hard when you're starting up a business, because I know that you've got to cover your bum, but then, when you don't have money, when you're just starting out, it makes it hard.
It does.
Yeah, so we always say, and I was in the same situation as you as well. I must agree, I hate finances, right? So it just literally makes me sick. So I pay an accountant. I don't care what she charges me. She does the whole lot. But that's freed me up, because there'd be no way I've got time to do any bookkeeping or anything like that. They do the whole lot for me. So again, for me, it's not a bill. It's an investment, because it's freed up my time.
Yeah.
All right. So that's the same with everything else. If you need someone, for your insurance, then you should have a broker. They're really not that expensive, but I can tell you right now, we're more valuable come claim time right now than ever before.
Yeah. So main things, an accountant, a broker, and then just a lawyer to go over my agreement forms. Yeah.
So pretty much anything that you don't understand in business, if you can outsource it, outsource it.
Yeah. All right.
That's how I've managed to do it, is if anyone else can do it, let them do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I don't need what you like then at all. Well, the accountant.
I don't have one. My accountant does it all.
Okay. Yeah. That's what I need.
That's it. She does my coding every month. So every transaction on my business account, they see it. They don't have access to your actual account. They just get like a daily statement. And they code it correctly to where it should be. So I then get all the benefits as much as possible. Then all she does is send me the dreaded BAS. When that's due, have to sign it and pay it. End of year tax, she does that as well. It's done.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just so I can keep working in my business and doing what I want to do.
Yeah. Okay. GST, do I need to do that yet, or just wait until I'm over that 75,000 bracket?
That'd be for your accountant.
Oh, it's your accountant.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely.
Yep. All right.
But you've got my email anyway.
Yep,
I
for
think
the
you
email address
probably
in
have
chat.
my phone number as well.
Yeah. So what do you need me to do to start?
Well, it depends what you want me to do, isn't it? So if you want me to review everything, just send everything you've got. I can work it all out.
Yeah.
And then I can come back and say, you know, what you've got looks good, or, you know, get that property valuation to make sure that that's sum insured to rebuild your home is enough. I can give you all that sort of advice. I can give you tools as well, you know, little calculators and stuff. If you're going to use an online calculator, just like we do, is always add at least another 30 to 50% as a minimum on top. And that's because the costs are still rising. Timber's hard to source, steel is going through the roof, you know, labour cost, all that sort of stuff plays a part in your sum insured as well.
Yeah. Okay.
Very good.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm free anytime. Just don't hesitate. And no question is stupid.
Okay, good, because
Just
mine will probably
keep
be very
asking.
stupid.
No, not at all. It'd be just like me going to you and saying, well, what's this called? Or, you know, how much do I lift, bro? You know,
Yeah.
like I wouldn't have a clue.
Yeah, cool. Which is why we outsource, all right?
That's it. That's why I get a personal trainer in and goes, Abbie, just do this.
Yeah.
This is why we network.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Exactly right. Yeah.
Cool.
Do you have any more questions, Kirra? Or?
No, I think that's
Good.
it. So do you need anything at the moment straight away to start looking for or do I just tell you what services I provide so that you can look for a quote for insurance, like the public liability?
Did you fill out a form at all for the quotes that you got?
Yeah, it was like a questionnaire online.
Was that online or did you print it out?
No, it was online.
Okay. I think, Sean, did I email that proposal form? I think I might have.
Having a look.
So I think I emailed Sean a proposal form when he first emailed me about today's meeting. If you could fill that out the best you can, it's pretty much asking for your qualifications, you know, the address, that stuff.
Is that the sports leisure events V14 PDF?
Yes.
Right. Okay. Cool. I tried to forward that, and it went to one of the bounced email addresses. So I'll resend that one.
That's right. So if you fill out just the best that you can, and then send it back, I can start gauging and get some quotes for you.
Yep. Awesome. Thank you. I'll do that.
Anytime.
Right.
Yeah. And then
Thanks.
double check your home insurance before you give them a call.
Yep. Yep. Will do.
Right. Just
all right.
Right. That email I just forwarded, so you both got a copy now.
Okay.
Excellent. Any questions, just shout out anytime.
No worries.
All right. Thank
very
you.
much, Abbie.
No worries. Talk soon.
Thanks,
Yes,
Abbie.
talk soon. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Very good.
Thanks, Sean.
You're welcome. All right, and now I've recorded that.